Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. As you can see, I am back in the Theme Park Obsession office because today I wanted to talk about some Disney news that recently just dropped, and I figure we go over all of it just to, catch everybody up, just in case you missed some stuff. So how about you and I dive right in? Yeah, I wasn't sure what office to pick today. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the beach office or the park office. Today I just chose the park office. We'll do the beach one maybe another time. But yeah, recently Disney just shared a bunch of new announcements that are all for the Disneyland Resort. 2025 is going to be a very busy year, and it's going to be a very busy year for the theme park industry in general because we have Epic Universe opening, and a lot of other parks around the country really want to make sure that people are seeing them as well and not just Epic Universe. In addition to a bunch of new entertainment, some new attractions are going to be opening up as well in 2025. Well, one new attraction in 2025 at the Disneyland Resort. So hey, you know what? I'll take it. They also showed off like a slate throughout the year of all the scheduled events. So we have the typical suspects like Lunar New Year, the Food and Wine Festival, Halloween time, the holidays, Season of the Force, all those kind of fun things. They also announced some after-hour events, the 90s Nights coming back. They're doing the Pride Night. I believe Sweethearts Night is coming back as well. And then a Star Wars themed night is coming back. So I probably won't attend any of those. I don't know. It's always up in the air for me, but most of the time here on the channel, I don't really care to cover the after-hours events just because I feel like they're very expensive, and the money you spend with what you get is just, I don't know, it just doesn't equate to me. So I don't know if I'll cover the after-hour events in 2025 on the channel. We'll see though, you never know. But I will cover things like Lunar New Year and Food and Wine Festival. I really enjoy Lunar New Year and Food and Wine Festival at California Adventure, and I'm glad those are coming back. I really hope they're good events this year. I thought the food for Festival of the Holidays this year was really good, so fingers crossed that the food is really good for Lunar New Year and Food and Wine Festival. I feel like Food and Wine Festival is one of those hits or misses. Sometimes it's really good, and then other times it's like, meh. I remember last year, or actually this year for Food and Wine, they had a few good items, including that apricot mimosa that my friend Jen and I had that rainy day when we were doing Food and Wine Festival. That was really good. So maybe if they have a few of those items this year again, that'd be awesome. And then the big celebration happening next year is obviously the kickoff for the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. I know, it's pretty crazy. Disneyland is turning 70 years old next year. That's crazy. July 17th is the big day, but the celebration will be kicking off a little bit earlier in May 16th to be exact. Really quickly though, before we move back to the 70th anniversary, Downtown Disney is obviously going through a lot of changes, and we got some updates from Disney when it comes to that as well. I thought that the Parkside Market and the Wonderful World of Sweets will be opening up in like the next few weeks, but it's actually going to be early 2025. So maybe sometime in January, they'll get both of those locations ready to go. Parkside Market looks like almost done. So, I mean, hey, you never know. They could soft open relatively soon. Over at California Adventure in 2025, they're officially going to start construction on the expansion pad for Avengers Campus. So that'll be the addition of 2 new attractions, that big like e-ticket attraction, and then the smaller flat ride attraction. Well, it's not a flat ride, but the smaller attraction that is very similar to what used to be at Legoland, the Knights Challenge ride with the Kuka arm thing. So those 2 attractions will start construction here very, very soon, and hopefully open within a timely manner. That's the thing with Disney, is I feel like they always take forever when they build new rides. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this time around they were able to knock it out of the park and get these things open and ready to go within the next, like, I don't know, 2 years or so. If they can get those 2 attractions open in 2027, like maybe by the time summer rolls around in 2027, that'd be pretty awesome. That would be a great timeline. I would be okay with that. What I wouldn't be okay with is if they said, oh yeah, it's going to be done in 2030. So it's like taking them 5 years to complete. It shouldn't take them 5 years to complete 2 attractions. This should be relatively fast, but again, you never know. It's Disney. They haven't even announced when they're going to start Avatar, and Avatar is supposed to be going to California Adventure, and we have no idea when they're going to start construction on that, or the Coco attraction. Well, did they say? Maybe they did say they were going to start construction on Coco in like 2026, but still 2026 is still another year and some change away, depending on what time they start construction on Coco. But as far as the Avengers attractions go, at least they're starting construction on those early next year. I really hope we do get like an update on the Avatar land that's coming to California Adventure. Like, where's it going? Is it replacing anything? I know Bob Iger made it very clear that they want to expand the parks and not take away things. They want to, increase capacity. So who knows? And then the concept art that they showed off for the Avatar Land coming to California Adventure, it only looks like there's one attraction. So it's a little bit of a bummer there. This massive land only has one ride. Now, one attraction that will be opening up next year is the Walt Disney attraction that's going into the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln space. It's gonna be a revolving show, so they'll still do Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, but they'll also do this new Walt Disney show, and it's called Walt Disney: A Magical Life. That show will premiere on May 16th, the same day that Disneyland kicks off the 70th anniversary. So that's gonna be a very busy day here on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed and notified so you know when that video gets posted. And that's also going to be, I feel like, a kind of an emotional day, because that attraction is that is a very big attraction. That's a big deal for the company. Huge deal to have an attraction based off of your founder and have an animatronic that is showcasing him. So I really hope it's good. I really hope it's good. And I hope that Disney's delivering on their promise of saying that that animatronic that's going in that show is the most advanced animatronic that they've ever built, ever in Disney's history. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty crazy experience. It's gonna be emotional. I feel like there's not gonna be a dry eye in that theater. Seeing Walt Disney in animatronic form get up and do his thing in his office, because that's gonna be the setting, is gonna be pretty wild. That's gonna be weird. It's gonna be crazy, and I'm ready for it. I am so ready for it. And what's great is the family's been involved with the project, so far so good, I think. I mean, I'm just guessing that it's so far so good. Apparently Walt Disney's great-grandchildren or grandchildren are involved with this, so fingers crossed that it's good. I think it will be. I had, like, you shouldn't mess that up. That's one thing you don't want to mess up, is a show based off of your founder. I really hope that the Disney leadership cares enough to realize that they should be doing a really good job on this. Another thing that I just thought about is I hope they don't do boarding groups for this thing. That's gonna suck if they do boarding groups for the Walt Disney show. Knowing Disney, they probably will, but it's a pretty sizable theater that I'm sure can get through a lot of people in a day, and I guarantee the show's not longer than 15 or 20 minutes. So I feel like they can get through a pretty decent crowd. So I hope they don't have boarding groups. The boarding groups are so annoying. Like with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, like I'm so glad that my friend Christian finally was able to go on it. Even though the ride is not the greatest thing in the world, but it's still, it's nice to be able to get back on an attraction in that corner of the park. And those boarding groups, especially that opening day, were just awful. Like within a millisecond, they were gone. You couldn't even get it. So I don't know if they would do that with this show, but who knows? They probably will. They will probably do boarding groups for the Walt Disney show. But speaking of shows and entertainment and the 70th anniversary, since we're just going to segue into that, some new entertainment is coming to the 70th anniversary and some returning favorites. Let's talk about the returning stuff. Not my personal favorite, but the Pixar parade that premiered this summer at California Adventure is coming back to California Adventure for the 70th. Wondrous Journeys over at Disneyland is making a comeback. It's that fireworks show. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So that's gonna be really cool to see that return for 2025. And then another thing returning to Disneyland for the 70th anniversary is Paint the Night. Oh yeah, one of my favorite parades, and a lot of other people as well. Paint the Night is like one of the most popular parades that Disney has ever done, ever at the Disneyland Resort, and I'm so happy it's making a comeback, and I'm sure there's gonna be some new surprises. There's just something about Paint the Night that is just really addicting. I mean, the soundtrack alone is really good, and it reminds me of something that you'd hear in Europe, especially at Disneyland Paris. They do a lot of shows with high energy music like that, so it's nice to have something that's very similar here in the United States. And I think Paint the Night is going to be a smash hit, just like it was when they premiered it for the 60th anniversary. I think the crowd that day is going to be insane, and like I was saying earlier, it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a stacked day for the kickoff. for Paint the Night and the Walt show and just everything else. It's going to be amazing, but really glad that that parade is coming back. It's one of my favorites. Now, one more show is coming to the Disneyland Resort for the 70th anniversary, and that is a new World of Color show at California Adventure. It's called World of Color Happiness. And what's really cool is, as I was reading the press release for this, they're going to have a segment in the show on Goofy Movie, and I don't think they've ever done a segment in any of the World of Color shows based on a Goofy movie, so that's going to be really exciting. I love a Goofy movie, and maybe they'll do like a big power line segment of the show. That would be pretty funny. I can already see how high energy that could be with all the lights and the fountains and everything, so we shall see what they end up using from a Goofy movie. But yeah, there's going to be a few other films represented in the show as well, just like every other World of Color show, but brand new World of Color for the 70th over there. They're also doing a projection mapping show on Carthay Circle for the celebration, and they're also doing a new projection mapping show on It's a Small World as well. Now, in addition to the shows, Disney's going to have a bunch of food and merchandise for the 70th anniversary like they have in the past for the other anniversaries. They also showed off a piece of concept art of what the castle is going to look like. Really no huge changes there for the castle. I don't even know why they did concept art to begin with. They should have just showed the logo of what they're going to put on the castle. It's just like a new medallion, a 70th anniversary medallion. And then they also showed off what Mickey and Minnie are going to look like in their new costumes. Again, super subtle. There's nothing earth-shattering here. I feel like they went all out a little bit more for the 100th anniversary of the company than they're doing for the 70th anniversary for Disneyland. And maybe they're waiting for the 75th to do more goodies for the park. I don't know. But nonetheless, at least we're getting some sort of anniversary celebration. There's going to be a new cavalcade as well. You know what would have been cool, and I talked about this to a few of my friends, they should have just been working on Tomorrowland. You know, like a couple years ago, they should have just went into Tomorrowland and started renovating it, maybe built a new attraction there. So in time for the 70th anniversary, they can reveal the new Tomorrowland. That would have been awesome. But current Disney just doesn't seem to be rushing to do anything to Tomorrowland, which is unfortunate because Tomorrowland needs some help. Out of everything though, the most exciting news for the 70th anniversary and just next summer at the Disneyland Resort is the new Walt show and Paint the Night. I'm really excited for those two things in particular. The other things I'm sure are going to be fun, but I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, especially that Walt show. That Walt show might be one of my new favorite shows of the park. You never know. 2025 is going to be a really fun year for theme parks. It really is. And I'm glad that Disney is doing some stuff for the Disneyland Resort. And even at Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World doing some things for 2025 as well. That's when Test Track will reopen. It's opening up late 2025. They have a new parade premiering at Walt Disney World and a few other goodies. So 2025 for the Disney park is going to be okay. Again, it's not going to overshadow Epic Universe. Epic Universe is just way too big. And of course, I will be covering that heavily on the channel as well. There's going to be a lot of Epic Universe content, so just be ready for that. But there's also going to be a lot of construction updates from the Disneyland Resort regarding the Avengers campus stuff. So if you love all those videos, make sure to stay notified because I will be posting regularly when it comes to the Avengers campus stuff. But there you have it, just a quick update news video on the recent announcements just the other day that Disney dropped. So really looking forward to some of it. I cannot wait to see that Walt show. Paint the Night is going to be really exciting. The 70th anniversary should be a lot of fun. And yeah, I can't wait to watch them build the all-new Avengers campus attractions opening up hopefully within the next couple of years. But with that, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos talking about Disney news or vlogs from inside some of your favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and X. Those links will be down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the park. Bye.